Brigham Young was a Mormon bold, and a leader of the roaring ram, and a shepherd of a flock of fine tub sheep and a passel of pretty little lambs. And he lived with his 45 wives in the city of the Great Salt Lake, where they breed and swarm like hens on a farm and cackle like ducks to a drake. Brigham, Brigham Young, it's a miracle he survived, with his roaring rams and his pretty little lambs and his 45 wives. Number 45's about 16. Number 1 is 60 and 3. And among such a riot, how he ever keeps them quiet is a downright mystery to me. For they cackle and claw and jaw, 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 each one has a different desire. It would aid the renown of the best shop in town to supply them with half they require. Brigham, Brigham Young, it's a miracle he survived, with his roaring rams and his pretty little lambs and his 45 wives. Brigham Young was a stout man once, but now he is thin and old, and I'm sorry to relate there's no hair upon his pate where he once wore a covering of gold. For his oldest wife won't wear white wool, the young ones won't take red, and in tearing it out and taking turnabout they have torn all the wool from his head. Brigham, Brigham Young, it's a miracle he survived, with his roaring rams and his pretty little lambs and his 45 wives. Now his youngest wives sing psalms all day, the old ones all sing songs, and among such a crowd he had it pretty loud, they're as noisy as Chinese gongs. When they advance for a Mormon dance, he is filled with the direst alarms, for they're sure to spend the night in a tabernacle fight to see who has the fairest charms. Brigham, Brigham Young, it's a miracle he survived, with his roaring rams and his pretty little lambs and his 45 wives. Well, there never was a house like Brigham Young, so curious and so queer, for his wives were double and he had a lot of trouble, and it gained on him year by year. Now he sits in his state and bears his fate in a sanctified sort of way. He has one wife to bury and one wife to marry, and a new kid born every day. Brigham, Brigham Young, it's a miracle he survived, with his roaring rams and his pretty little lambs and his 45 wives.